Hello, this is Matt once again, and we are refocusing Barbados. This week I want to focus again on cynicism. But before I get into that, I want to respond to Mr. Junior Spooner and comments he made concerning us doing, as a people, doing the interview every 5 years to ensure that we know what is the modus operandi of the politicians before we elect them, or at least have an idea what they're about. Junior, this is what I would say. If we do not give them the interview, then we will have more of the same. That's a given. See, for 3 weeks every 5 years, the political class is powerless, and they know this. So they come back to us, and then we abdicate our responsibility to ourselves by handing power over to the political class. If we do not change this, we will continue to go around in circles, and we would always have a problem with cynicism as we have it now. But we have ourselves to blame for this. We must ensure that we ask the hard questions. And any politician who is afraid to answer the hard questions is not prepared to be a part of the political directorate. But as I said, we want to look again at cynicism. But I want to look at it from the point of view of our responsibility as a people, and the engagement of the country in the conversation about the country's direction as it relates to the political culture, and the weight of this culture upon civil society. It's a burden we carry. We cannot say honestly that we are satisfied with the level of performance of the political class. We are always having doubts, and our doubts are not unfounded. And when we look at our institutions, we need to be careful how we proceed from here, because we cannot be in a place where we are always cynical. It's not going to help anybody. It is as if when you look at what is happening, it is as if we are constantly under siege. Let me show you how this political class operates. Every 5 years they come to us. They want our vote. So they have all ears. Immediately after the election, all of a sudden, this class loses all of its ears. They have no ears. They hear nothing at all about what we are saying. And we have to put up with that for 5 years. And then, irrespective of what we may do, what we may say, what we may think about them, it makes no difference. Because the quickest thing that the political class can do is to become entrenched. And I said last time, and I say it again. They quickly move to become entrenched because it's a very self-serving culture. When I look at what is happening to our country, it's as if the people are constantly being bludgeoned. We are under a constant barrage of negativity. We cannot look to our society and see any positive thing coming out of it. I recently witnessed in a government institution, 2 employees out of a whole department were at work. 2 more came in, and they came in late. 6 more came in, and they were later than anybody else. And I start to ask myself, what could be the reason for this? You know what? This is what I concluded. You get up every morning to go to work. In fact, you don't feel like getting up because you have less spending power. Your allowances are taxed. They're cut. But yet your commitments are the same. So therefore you're struggling every day. And you don't feel like going to work. So I can understand that. And then when you look to the transportation system, it is not operating so that it will assist you in getting to work on time. And I really was less than critical. I honestly, I wasn't critical of these people. I was trying to put myself in their shoes. And I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of the average man today as he goes about his business. And he tries very hard to make ends meet and realize despite all he is doing, he seems to be losing. And he looks to the political class because that's the way our society is structured. And they offer no hope. See, when you look at it, the events of the recent past have reinforced in the psyche of the Barbadian that this is what will continue, that this is the way things ought to be and the way things will remain. And you see, the problem is that type of behavior on the part of the political class has created this cynicism. Issue after issue, failure after failure by the country's major institutions have created this problem for us. But I have some questions. Is the church aware of vote buying? Is the business community concerned about the Clicquot disaster, decision to sell parts of the NOC, the telecommunications merger? Is the government concerned about the feelings of its citizens? You see, what I realize, and as I look at this very, very critically and try to be as fair as possible, what I realize, the country is experiencing an inversion of sorrows. All right, let's look at it. We are upside down. There's no doubt about it. We are upside down. The law states that there must be a budget every year. Did we have one last year? How has the government operated? And the question I'm going to ask us now, did we insist and demand a budget of the government? No, we did not. Did the opposition insist and demand a budget? No, they did not. The political class determines there will be no budget, and there was none. That's the long and short of it. That culture was not worried that there was no budget. But you know what was the really awful part of all of this? It seems as though the citizens can do nothing about it. We say to ourselves, that is the way it is and we can't do anything about it. That is what we say to ourselves. But is that really the case? You see, we have become crippled by this cynicism. It has caused us to put our hands at our sides, and we have given up all hope that there will be any change in this political culture. The business community has not engaged the government on energy policy, the Clicquot disaster, the telecommunications merger. Again, the people cannot do anything about it. Or so it seems. The church must have known about vote buying. Has it said anything about it? Did it engage the government or the opposition on this critical issue? Also, the membership of the church did nothing about it. You see, the problem is citizens believe that they can do nothing about what happens in our country. So the other institutions determine what the citizens can or cannot have, and they also control what they know. And our citizens have come to accept that this is normal behavior. You know, when people come to accept that poor behavior is acceptable, then you can honestly say that that society is in decay. We are honestly upside down. But my position on all of it is just this. It's simple. We need to begin to agitate and to inquire. We must engage our institutions. We have to engage the political class. The direction of our country must change. If not, this cynicism may produce genuine societal collapse. We have got to confront this problem. We have got to say to the political class that we do not like their culture and we want genuine change. The question I want to ask is, when are we going to do it? When will we begin? Thank you. This has been Refocusing Barbados. Please send us your comments. Thank you very much.